Now, this is from black slave owners, free black slave masters in South Carolina, 1790 to 1860. It said during a period from 1810 to 1847, John Garden was the largest colored planter of St. Paul Parish, but he used the Indian descent of his mother to escape the limitations of being classified as a free black. See, once again, we're dealing with mixed blooded Indians. We never deny that there are Africans out there with Indian ancestry. We never denied that. We never said that you guys don't got some Indian ancestry. We never said that. But to say that you're all Indian and you're nothing else, that's an outright lie. It's a lie. So let's get back to it. Yet both he and his mother, Flora Garden, associated with free coloreds and married into the case of colored persons. This right here proves that a colored person is an African because we already established that it can't be an Indian, right? We established that. In 1795, John Garden applied for membership in the colored fraternity society called the Brown Fellowship Society. Also, he married the daughter of George and Ruth Garden, who were free mulattoes of Charleston. In addition, the second marriage of his mother, Flora Garden, was to a black man named Robert Baldwin. In spite of the fact that John Garden was designated as free Indian, his father may have been of African descent. But the laws of the state permitted persons of free Indian descent on their mother's side to declare themselves as Indians. Although John Garden was closely aligned to the free black community, he rejected his African ancestry. Who does that sound like? Who rejects their African ancestry? The Abos. They claim their European ancestry all day, proud of it. Oh, I found some family in Scotland or Ireland. But when they find an African, they deny it. Just like OTK, how we found his African. They deny it. Just like these people denied their African ancestry. Just like John Garden denied his African ancestry. And used the heritage of his mother to avoid the special tax imposed on free Negroes, as well as the other disadvantages of being classified as being black. So even throughout history, it was you get more benefits being an Indian than having African ancestry. That's the way it is. Maybe this has something to do with how you guys are denying that African ancestry today. Right? Here's another case. In the same book, Black Slave Owners. Right? It says, in general, those persons with conflicting documents which state their race were usually free persons of colors. So it's people who had tried to claim Indian and tried to claim white, but they had problems with their documents, which state their race were usually free persons of color. As a result of their wealth and fair complexion, they were occasionally accepted as white citizens. Consequently, when the federal census marshals reported the composition of their households, they occasionally listed them as white persons, even though the marshals may have been aware of their African ancestry. So when you start seeing a lot of these white mulatto, well, mulatto, yeah, they're going to put that, but white, and even though you know your ancestors were colored, that's because they had fair skin, because I got ancestors who had fair skin, and they were actually free people of color. I could show you them that they were free people of color. It was not unusual for the descendants of mulatto slave owners, as well as the descendants of mulattoes who intermarried with Indians, to reject their African ancestry and pass for free Indian. Many mulattoes claimed to be free Indians to escape the limitations of being classified as a free black. Once the free mulattoes were accepted as free Indians by the local authorities, they were exempted from paying the state capitation taxes imposed on the free black community. They were also permitted to give sworn testimony in court litigation concerning the race of their fellow companions who sought to evade the state capitation taxes by proving themselves to be descendants of free Indians. So this shows you that our ancestors had African ancestry, and many of them who had mixed ancestry denied their African ancestry.